Ladies and gentlemen, now we have another fireside chat on modern day technology and equipment for seamless mining with Mr. Gopal Kalyanakrishnan, Managing Director Sales, TACRAF India. Thank you and good morning, Mr. Kalyanakrishnan, for joining us. I'll quickly ask you my first question and then throw the house open for you and your valuable insight. What are the key infrastructure and highlights of TACRAF's offering, if you may tell us?
Thank you, Megha, for providing me this wonderful opportunity to participate in this nice discussion that is going on. I have been listening to the sessions which have preceded this fireside chat, and I congratulate you for bringing mining and metals to the fore and trying to inculcate some of the challenges that are facing this industry. Let me first introduce TACRAF before answering your question. TACRAF is basically a German company. We are based in Leipzig, and we have offices all around the world. And today we are one of the leaders in this continuous mining and material handling systems and product portfolio. See, regarding your question, I think the first point that is most important is open-mindedness. The understanding of the client is very important. I mean, what is his unique project requirement? We study the requirement, we review it in detail, we discuss with the client, we assist our client in overcoming the most complicated technical challenges. I mean, this goes on for several times, and over several iterations, generally we and the clients and us, we reach a solution to the problem. And to come to a solution, within the limitations of CapEx, OpEx, and the space, I mean, that is the objective of TACRAF together with the client. I mean, fortunately, TACRAF has the capability to engineer tailor-made solutions. This surely provides the flexibility to adapt to a very complex project requirement. So as far as our main advantage is that we are today the world's leading technology provider when it comes to mining and bulk material handling. The TACRAF brand portfolio ranges from overburden removal to raw material extraction, comminution, conveying, loading, unloading, processing, homogenizing, blending, storage, and then final loading into the ships. I think the purpose of all these discussions with the client is that we want to have a common goal, that is to transform this resource industry towards a very sustainable future. I mean, we are at the brink of the time, when we are on a growth journey, but there are so many challenges we are facing from various aspects of environmental and social areas. So we sort of focus on a niche areas which are critical for reliable and sustainable operation, because this is where TACRAF can best support our clients with innovative solution that save energy. I mean, the environmental impact becomes lower. And also, I mean, you have to finally meet the operational requirements. We have one more global brand called Delcor, and Delcor has a track record of over thousands of successful installations. In line with our commitment to environmental sustainability, Delcor dewatering equipment are specifically designed for the needs of the mining industry. So that is the brief of what TACRAF is doing, Megha.
Right. And so one of the key issues that actually impacts the mining industry is the environment and sustainability. So how do you as a company address that?
I think I'm proud to say that Takraf Group is ideally positioned to support our clients towards I think the most significant step in the mining industry, that is the move towards the environmental sustainability. The transition, one of the main aspect we have learned also in the earlier discussion, the problem of the poor ore quality and the tailings and what to do with the tailings. So, I mean, one of the key areas of development is the transition from wet tailings deposit to dry tailings deposits. So, this is an area in which the combined strength of Takraf and Delcor portfolio will give a fully integrated solution to make the difference. I mean, this is something which we had to collaborate very hard with the owners, the operators, being the original equipment providers. I mean, but that's the best approach, I think, building systems that really exert savings on energy, water consumption. I mean, besides minimizing the environmental impact. I mean, so here we can leverage our global organization. We have immense amount of application experience and product-based knowledge. So this is our goal anyway. And basically, we talk of the 4 pillars of a commitment, which is safety, innovation, reliability, and sustainability.
That's true. Those are actually very crucial. And with that, I would request you to tell us more about the company's operations, the current operations that are there, if you could share with us.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be happy to share with you because we have a global footprint, but we are mainly covering all the main commodity producing countries with over 24 locations in 14 countries. The Takraf Group specialists are located in local offices because we feel we have to have a local sort of solution. You know, I mean, if it is India, we have an Indian solution. If it is South America, there is a different solution. So I think the nearness to the customer is very important. And because we understand the customer, we can interact with the customer. And we bring forth and the knowledge which is present in the group to the table and discuss with the customer. So, I mean, we have a huge expertise in engineering and manufacturing because that is the final key to giving some very complex, tailored solutions to a customer's problem.
Right. We have though we have already talked about environment and sustainability issues and their impact, could you tell us more about how the company is managing to mitigate the impact of environment and the social impact that is there, that is attached to the mining activities, and it is faced by the mining world altogether?
Absolutely, you're right, Megha, here. I mean, it's a commitment at Takraf Group for environmental and social sustainability. I mean, this is in all our business interactions, and we sort of engage in a zero harm approach, which is our global promise. Our plans for the future is developing the ESG project, but we continue to be guided by many ideas. Some of which I can tell you, one is, you know, we want to reduce energy consumption. And another thing is that we also heard a speaker on wear, and when we also want to reduce the wear in our components, reducing emissions into air, water, and soil. That is also a commitment. Reducing noise, and we want to bring a high level of automation with safety devices interlinked. So, and these are some of the main things. And then we have many products which also help in we also heard about the problems of trucking in mining. So we have very effective solution with long distance conveyors. So we have a few installations in India which transport from mines to the plant. So over long distances, some 18, 19, 20 kilometers. So we also provide, as you heard before, we also provide the dewatering solution. Then we have the dry stack tailing for the tailings. So I mean, I think overall, I think finally we have to also adopt a kind of sort of zero inventory or something, so that the clients are not stocking some unnecessary parts and things like that. So we had to have some predictive maintenance and providing wear part management to the clients. So these are all part of our program. So we think that whatever actions we take today is possibly going to reflect tomorrow. And as such, we look forward to this continuing this path in building a better future with R&D and upgrading our current technologies and developing new sustainable technologies. So, which will definitely help all our partners in the journey.
Right. You mentioned about upgrading your R&D technology, your expansion. Where does India stand in that? What are your India plans?
See, I think speaker after speaker has already given out the plans in India. And see, I mean, right now, I think on the market front, two major areas we see as a driving factor. One is energy and one is infrastructure. So, I mean, we all know the India's per capita consumption of power or steel or cement is so low. I mean, it's much lower than the world average, and even some of the smaller developing countries are having higher averages. So we have a possibility to reach the development and the energy to our population. And so we also heard about the steel demand increasing by twofolds in a few years. So how are you going to meet all this demand?
2047 plan. Yes,
yeah. So I mean, this sort of I mean, the government is also very quite aggressive in and it's good to be in this sort of situation. And we think that we have a good scope to play in the market in the future, and we are fully geared up because as far as mining and material handling is concerned, we think we have a very good range of products to offer to the client. And the most important thing, I think, which sort of differentiates us from other players is that we can do tailor-made solutions. It's not that we have something in the stable, you just take it or leave it, that sort of thing. We don't do that. We try to engineer solutions around what is the requirement of the client. I think
customized solutions.
I can give you some examples if you don't mind. I mean, one of the example is which has been a runaway success in India is a sizer. I think the heart of any mining operation in India is a good sizer. When we developed the Takraf Extreme class sizer, our force was reliability and maintainability. So basically, the fundamental design of the Takraf sizer and the robustness of the drivetrain, I mean, it increases the reliability of the sizer. So we find that operators don't care much for the maintainability earlier days, but now I think it is very important because every second you're losing on maintenance, you're losing production. So we have to see that availability of these machines are maximized with minimum maintenance. So that is our goal. So I think the sizer also forms a very formidable part of our in-pit crushing and conveying system. So we are developed and a few of them are already working in very important mines and producing in a very high productivity. So similarly, I mean, we have many other products. I mean, one of the products for the cement industry has given us clear market leadership. You know, the bridge type scraper reclaimers, which give a blending of material in the stockyard to a high degree. So the high availability of the machine together with the low maintenance requirement, it gives us a very good edge over the competition. Similarly,
right.
we have.
That's how you mentioned about.
Yeah,
Right.
please.
You mentioned about India's per capita power consumption and steel consumption being much lower than the developed world. It is actually a very interesting point. So that also means, and India has already announced its vision 2047 in the steel sector. So is that one of the reasons that you're very, very bullish on India?
Absolutely. I mean, the whole group is bullish on India. I can fully tell you this information that we are looking as India as not only as a partner for the projects in India, but our company is also going to assist for projects all around the world. So, I mean, India is going to be sort of kind of a pivot point for the group. And it's a very important phase for India because we have been our company has been growing quite rapidly in this last 25 years. So, I mean, we have also developed the human resources, and so that's why we have the skills to serve not only the Indian market, also the world market.
That's right. And if I may ask you about, let's say, if I may ask you to step back and not just see the opportunity in India from a company point of view, but overall in general, how do you rate the infrastructure space in the country right now, in India right now?
I mean, Megha, you also know, I mean, the infrastructure has definitely better than what it was few years back, and we are all part of this journey, fortunately, and things are going to get better and better, and so we are not there, but we'll be there in a few years' time, and I think that's the right way to go about. I mean, there is going to be demand for cement, there's going to be demand for steel, copper, aluminum, you name it, there's going to be higher demand. So this we cannot be away from.
Right. We wish you a very bright future in India. Let me see whether we can take up a few questions that we have from our audience.
Okay.
Before we set you free, let's see whether we can take one or two questions. So basically, a general question only that what would be the role of TACRAF in this space? I think you've talked about it, but if you can still tell us in short.
See, I mean, we have been active for over 25 years in India. So, I mean, we have over 100, almost 100 clients. I mean, in different sectors like energy, or say cement, aluminium, steel, copper, fertilizer, chemicals, ports, you name it. I mean, everywhere we have clients. So, I mean, not only in India, we also supply to systems and products to Southeast Asia, to Africa, and the Middle East from India. So, what we are doing is we are also offering our world-class support to all our existing clients. We have the tools, and the team is really servicing all the existing clients. So, I mean, we offer a complete range of after-sales service to all our existing clients. But I think the key, in TACRAF India is the human resource, the wealth of experience and knowledge is the defining factor, which is taking TACRAF to a leadership role in the mining and materials handling space. So That's what I think takes us forward.
Right, right. Thank you so much. Thank you, Mr. Kalyankrishnan, for this detailed and meaningful discussion. Thank you for your valuable insight into the sector, and not just from your company's point of view, but an overall steel sector point of view, both domestic and international. Thanks once again. With that, ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the end of ET Infra Global Metals and Mining Meet 2023. We're all going richer from here. I would like to extend my gratitude to all the speakers for their time. A big thank you to our support partners, SSAB and TACRAF.
Thank you.